to another episode of Bird Gang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Bird Gang 31.
Yeah. Once again, this song. What's good, y'all? You already know what it is. It's Late Night from the Cave. I'm your co-host, ONTREROC. My guy, AK Eagles, y'all already know, man. Listen, we don't got to explain what's about to go on tonight because every time we get together, we make magic. So, yes, comment, and subscribe. I want to give a big shout out to the BIRDGANG NATION Sports Media. We coming to you live tonight from the BIRDGANG NATION Sports Media channel. Also our channel. So comment, and subscribe to ONTREROC's channel. Comment, and subscribe to AK Eagles channel. Eagles Uncensored. Ain't really too much to say, man. We're going to hop right into it. I'm going to let my guy talk for a minute, man. Let him get his frustration off or whatever he want to get off his chest right now. We're going to let him go.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? AK Eagles, how you doing? Shout out to BIRDGANG NATION Sports Media for having me on tonight, and I am the co-host of this show, and I appreciate you for choosing me to be your co-host. Love talking football with you, so like you said, let's get into it. We do have hope this week. They are without Shaq Lawson, CMC, and their left tackle. They do have some injuries of their own, that they have to get past. Confidence-wise on defense, I'm not so much, rah-rah about it because they haven't really proven much lately. So, hopefully they get on the right track and rebound and, we can start talking some normal football again. But offensively, I just want to see them build off what they did last week. I believe they had a pretty damn good offensive performance last week, and hopefully they can just continue that this week and build off from that. But all around, man, our coaches need to be better. We need to run the football. In my eyes, I'm actually scared to say it, but it kind of feels like we're going towards a more passing football team than we are running now. And that's kind of shitty to say, but it is what it is. If that's the direction they choose to go, that's something we got to live with for now. But we should utilize the run game. But if they choose not to, what can we do about it?
I feel like with the offensive game plan we running right now, we run the risk of losing Miles Sanders next year. So It's like I want to start out by saying this. The whole offseason, I feel like these coaches lied to us, bro. I feel like they lied to us. It's like Jonathan Gannon with the putting my players in position to make plays. I don't have a scheme. Blah, blah, this, that, and the third. So it's like, bro, we understand. We can run with that. But don't look us in our face and lie to us, bro. Because you're not putting your players in position to make plays. None of them. Steven Nelson and Darius Slate are making plays just because they're tremendous athletes. Other than that, our linebackers, they just oh my God. I don't even want to get started on the linebackers, bro. It's like I had to go back
They're
and watch
terrible.
that Dallas game and that Kansas City game over 2 to 3 times just to like realize what I was looking at. I'm like, bro, y'all are NFL linebackers.
Yeah.
You've been playing linebacker since high school, Pop Warner. I mean, college. You don't know how to attack a blocker. You don't know how to attack the line of scrimmage. You don't know how to play physical. Your linebackers are supposed to be the most physical players on your defense. The most physical players on your defense. You got to want to tackle. You got to want to go up there and take on that block against an offensive guard. You got to want to do stuff like that. It don't matter what Jonathan Gannon is calling. At the end of the day, you're on the field. You're the athlete. You put on your pads. It's something that's beating in your chest. So it's like, y'all can't. I understand Jonathan Gannon. He people don't really care for the scheme. Even some of the players don't. Fletcher Cox even came out and said he don't really care for how they're using them. So I mean, it's that. But then at the end of the day, you out there, you got to play football. We playing football at the end of the day. All the play calling, all the other stuff go out the window. It's just football now. It's football now. You got to want to go up and hit that guard. You got to want to go up and hit that fullback. You got to want to press the line of scrimmage, bro. It shouldn't be like them lanes be so wide open with the fact that Hargraves and Fletcher are taking up so many double teams that the linebackers should be just be flowing free, coming up, making all kind of tackles in the backfield, bro. It's common football sense. It don't have nothing to do with scheme. It don't got nothing to do with none of that. It's just heart at the end of the day. So, I mean, it's like, oh, my God, bro. It pissed me off so bad, man. It's like, I feel like our secondary is doing a good job for the most part. Our defensive line is doing an okay job for the most part. But our linebackers, horrible. Horrible.
Yeah. No, I feel you, man. I think we all kind of seen this one coming when it comes to linebackers. I mean, granted, I guess I even had a little bit of hope that they could outperform what they were capable of doing. You know, I at least thought that the coaching aspect would take effect, you know, and they could at least teach these guys a little something, but that didn't happen so far. You know, that's why I said the other day, these guys need to speed the process up a little bit. You know, this isn't something you should be working on come week 8 or 9. This is something you should have down by week 8 or 9.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you need to speed up the process a little bit. You need to get these guys in shape and get them doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know, now, you know, I've always said it. I kind of felt a little leery about Gannon, especially when he came out and said that he didn't have a scheme. You know, like in my eyes, if you have no base to build from, how are any of the players supposed to know what they're supposed to be doing? You know what I mean? You're pretty much just throwing them out there and saying, hey, this is the scheme, play it, do it.
Yeah,
you know, and then you switch it again. And like Fletch said, I'm never in the same position. I'm always going up against someone different. How am I supposed to build off that? Well, that goes for every single player that's on that field. It's not just him. You know, it's everyone. So, you know, it's kind of to the point now where it's like, all right, you got to give these guys a scheme because doing it the way you're doing is not working. You know what I mean?
It's crazy because I seen the worst defenses in the NFL. Like, not even the worst defenses in the NFL, but mediocre defenses. I mean, with their linebacker play. I've seen those dudes actually want to play football. It's just they were bad teams. We're not a bad team. It's like we're not a bad team. It's just we're playing bad football. If one day if the offense is not clicking, the defense is playing great. If the defense not clicking, the offense is playing great. We can't never get a complete game out of this team. Like we cannot get a complete game out of this team. Our offense and our defense can't be clicking at the same time. We get 1 to 2 stops last week. We win that Kansas City game, bro. 1 to 2 stops because it was a shootout the whole game. All we needed was 1 or 2 stops. 1 or 2 stops down the stretch, we couldn't even get them dudes off the field. We couldn't even get them off the field, and they wasn't doing nothing special. They wasn't doing nothing special. They was running the ball down our throat, play action, little dump off passes. It was just that. It's like we didn't come up to challenge anybody, anything. It's like we can't play football like this, bro. We cannot play football like this. We're going to get ran off the field every week. I promise you. And this team we got coming up, they're a physical football team. Physical. Defense, physical. Offense, physical. Sam Darnold leads the league in rushing touchdowns right now. He's a quarterback. Like, come on, bro. Like, they gotta come and they gotta bring their big boy pants. They gotta put on their cleats, jock strap, everything, and bring their big boy pants out there and play, because we're gonna go down Carolina and get smoked if they come out with that soft stuff. I promise you. You there, AK? Yeah, man. It's like, to me, I look at it like this. Go ahead. I can hear you now.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I understand. I mean, I feel your frustration, I really do. Our offense is doing really good, and then our defense is doing really good, like you said. And, they just need to figure out a way that both of them can play at a high level at the same time, and we'll be good.
Yeah. I don't feel like we too far as a team, bro. Like, to be honest, I don't feel like we're too far as a team. Little kinks here and there. Like, if it was me, like if I was Jonathan Gannon, I'd say bunk Eric Wilson, Jannard Avery, all those dudes. I'll play my young guys. I'll play Sean Bradley. I'll play Davion Teller. I'll play those kind of dudes. Let me see what y'all got now. And give them extended snaps. How you rotating 6 linebackers? No linebacker has a chance to get into a groove. No linebacker has a chance. Linebackers stay on the field. They stay on the field. You can't rotate 6 linebackers and expect dudes to just be like, had that same energy. It's like, damn, you done took me out the field for like 3-4 plays, a whole series. Now I gotta come back in and just turn the intensity up again. It don't work like that. That's not good coaching. It's not good coaching at all.
Yeah, no, and they have to be careful, because it might get to the point where people start getting frustrated, to the point where you start losing this locker room. So, it's a fine line you have to walk, and, you don't want to get to that point. So if it gets to the point where you can't do something as a coach, then maybe you need to start listening to your players a little bit.
I heard that Nick Sirianni chewed Gannon out, man. It's like he went in there, he cursed him out. Hopefully, that gave him some motivation coming out this week, because, like I said, Carolina has some weapons on that team. DJ Moore, explosive. Run after catch, explosive. He goes up, he gets the 50-50 balls. He's a solid wide receiver. He's a top 10 wide receiver in my eyes. Robbie Anderson, he gives you that deep ball. It's like, we're gonna have to get some pressure on Darnold. I even when Darnold was in New York, I always thought he was a good quarterback. It's just the circumstances he was in. The Jets is where quarterbacks go to die. It's just as simple as that. It's where quarterbacks go to die. He always been solid to me. I watched him since his USC days. Big physical quarterback. He's not afraid to take a hit. He's not afraid. He throws under pressure well, and he can run. He can use his legs. He's basically like a power back there. So it's like, I feel like if our defense come out, our linebackers come out with that soft stuff, we're going to be getting killed in coverage, or we're going to get killed in the run game, however it works. I really don't like the scheme. And to me, it's crazy. I didn't know Gannon was running a 3-4. It looked like a regular 4-3 defense to me. I didn't know he was running a 3-4.
Yeah, no, man. To be honest, I don't even know what the hell he runs half the time. Uh, I don't even know if he knows what he runs half the time. I
Facts.
honestly don't know. Like, there's a lot of things that, you know, I question about this team right now, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Like you said, DJ Moore and Anderson, two very good wide receivers. You know, I believe Slay will be on DJ Moore all the whole time. I'm scared about Anderson being on um
Nelson.
oh wow, brain fart, sorry. Yeah, Nelson. Um, you know, Nelson, he's done okay, but dude, he's also let us down a couple of times on some coverages, and I know how fast Anderson is, and I just hope they play him right because we could be in some trouble there if Anderson and Nelson gets too nasty, if you know what I mean.
He's definitely a deep threat. Anderson. He's been a deep
Yeah.
threat since he came
I
in
need
the
one
league.
second, but I'll be right back. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely a deep threat. Anderson, I watched Anderson since he played for Temple. All right, I want to give a shout out to a few of my guys that's in the chat. What's good, Dirty Fighter? How you doing tonight, bro? My other co-host. Jinx, what's good, Jinx? Nah, no calling tonight, man. Maybe next week. I gotta check with the boss, man. I gotta check with Bird Gang, see if he gonna allow us to do the calling, man. But I mean, I love to do it. I love to hear y'all what y'all got to say. Miss Bird Gang, how you doing tonight? Yeah, man, this not gonna be no walk in the park. It's not gonna be one of those kind of football games. It's gonna be physical. I think it's gonna be high scoring. But I also think we're going down there to Carolina, knowing we're a desperate team right now, a 1-3 team, trying to avoid going 1-4. So I feel like we're gonna go down there with intensity, man. It's just gonna be now. It just comes down to execution and penalties. We gotta cut those penalties down, and we can cut those penalties in half. We win a few more of those football games if we could cut those penalties in half. So it's going to come down to execution, and it's going to come down to penalties. Like, we the most penalized team in the NFL right now, and that's horrible. We can't do this. We can't go week to week doing this. And it's a good thing we're getting I think Lane will play this week. I'm not sure. And I think and we're getting Mylotta back. So that's two pluses right there, man. We go down there a little bit more healthier. Brooks on his way to being healthy again. We're getting our line back. It's like we got stuff to work with, man. Yeah, we got stuff to work with. Peace, my guy. I thought it was gonna be a caller tonight. Oh shit. I don't remember ever saying that, but I mean, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that on there. We're gonna get a call in there. But we never established it was gonna be a call, and I don't know where that's coming from. So I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna holler at you, Bobby Murphy.
Thanks for coming,
But
though.
yeah, I feel like we have AK. Give me something. Give me
Yes,
some
sir.
positive things you can say about this team right now. Like, give me a few positives because I don't want to. I'm tired of I've been hearing the negative all week. I mean, I've been a little negative like the past couple of days too, just from me going back and watching tape on the team. But I mean, just give me some positive we can hear right now.
All right, I got you. I got you. One, Jalen Hurts seems to be improving each and every week. You know,
Facts.
I understand he did have, a bad game there against Dallas, but you know what? He's got 1,100 yards in 4 games, and or wait, yeah, 4 games, and he's got 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I can't complain. He's doing better than Carson Wentz. He's doing better than Daniel Jones.
Facts.
So, I mean, I can't say much, but there is an upside there, and he keeps getting better, and he's proven that he's willing to learn and be taught. So, that's a great thing. Um, I think you might have saw Devontae Smith this past weekend kind of break out of his shell a little bit.
Facts.
What he have? How many catches did he have?
Yeah,
7, 8,
7 for I think like 117 or something like that.
117. Yeah, so that's awesome. Perfect. Do that each and every week. That's
Yep.
what we need. That's what we drafted you to do. So, hopefully the game's slowing down for him a little bit, and things are just coming to him. And that connection between him and Hurts is getting better. That's one thing I can say. Kenny Gainwell, same thing with him. It seems like the game might be slowing down for him. It wasn't much of a breakout game for him last week, but it was enough to see he's improving. And then Hargraves, my guy, tied second in the NFL for sacks. Good
Yeah.
on you. That money we paid you, well spent so far. Keep showing us that. And then Sippos, the punter.
He a dog,
Yo,
bro. I like
dude's a fucking
Sippos.
dog, man.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Like, I call him the Roo, dude, because he's got a kangaroo leg for a cannon, man. I'm telling you, he can punt the ball, dude.
He got that
I love that
Australian
guy.
style kicking, man. The
Yeah,
ball always bounced back. I was like, oh my
always.
God, that's
I
love.
love it. Yeah, yeah. So, and then, we get Mailata back this week. So that's another plus. And our offensive line, even though they're, in shambles right now, our young guys have shown they can hold up. So,
Thanks.
there's a couple positives for you. That's all that comes to me at the moment. And we got Rodney McLeod back. There you go.
Yeah, I like those positives, bro. We need to hear something a little bit uplifting, man. It's been so negative this past week. It's like, for me, yeah, I agree with you. It's the young offensive line, man. They be playing their minds out, man. It's like
Yep.
Dillard looked good. Herbig been looking good. It's like, bro, we got so much talent, so much depth right now, and they're getting game experience. So that's a plus right there because we lose our veterans a lot. Lane Brooks, Malata's not really he's relatively a veteran. It's like, but we done lost all those 3 guys already this early in the season, and now these dudes getting playing time. So is Landon Dickerson. Landon Dickerson has looked better since his first game. He's looked way better, like 10 times better since his first game. So that's a positive right there.
And don't count out. And don't count out Jack Driscoll, my guy.
Yeah,
That
I
kid is a
love
fucking
Jack Driscoll.
dog.
He
He is
feisty,
a
man.
dog,
He
man.
feisty. I like him.
Yeah, I
So
love him. Lane
that's
Johnson's
something you
air
could
right
build
there,
on.
man.
That's something you could build on. That's a solid
Yes.
backup offensive line that you could throw any of them dudes in at any time you need them. So it's like that's a positive.
Yep.
Like you said, Devontae Smith, even Quez. Quez looking like Quez been getting separation all year. They just haven't been finding him. But he's a bright spot. He opens up a lot for Devontae Smith, knowing it or not, because he has that threat of going deep. So now Devontae Smith eating all under the middle. Dallas Goedert should be eating under the middle. Even Dallas Goedert is a positive. He had a chance to add 2 touchdowns this game that just passed. One was called back from a legal man downfield. But you see him beast that dude on that play? You see Goddard beast that dude on that play though? He caught the pass
on the touchdown.
Get off me, little guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, we look good. Like it's just little stuff we gotta fine tune. We gotta fine tune, and we gotta find some linebackers that actually want to play linebacker. That's the only really things I see. The coaches got to get better, but they're gonna grow as time go on. They're gonna grow.
Listen, people need to understand, man. Like, I understand we all have very high expectations for this team. We always want them to be better than what they are. And sometimes they are better than what they are. But we have to take this team for what they are. This is only Nick's 5th game coming in, this week. He's fifth game. This is Jalen's eighth. This is Devontae's fifth. Quez's 6.5, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like all relatively new to everyone that we have. And not just that, but they all just learn a brand new scheme as well. And we do have weak spots, more weak spots than we can fill right now, honestly. So you're going to kind of have to be motivated by believing that they can make this team better. I do love this team and the direction we're going, but in my eyes, man, I'm sorry, we're not in that win now mode. We're truly not.
No.
We're rebuilding a little bit. It's not a whole rebuild. I'd say it's a partial one, but I'd say our coming out year is next year, dude. Like no lie, that's when you have your 50 million in cap for free agency. That's when you have all your high draft picks. You can really build this team next year to be winners. This year's just kind of your let's see what we have moving forward for next year's season. And that's the way I kind of look at it now. I have to, because I can't overhype the team too much to the point where I get depressed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I expect great things out of them, but I have to be realistic with myself as well.
I'm the same way. You already know we talk about it all the time, bro.
Yeah.
It's like I take every season game by game. I never look ahead anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, any real football fan is gonna know this team is gonna take some time to get better. It's like everything is relatively new. Head coach, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, quarterback. It's like everything is relatively new. No team ever just clicks like that. No team, unless you add in like a veteran that always been in the league, veteran quarterback that already been in the league for a while. These guys are still filling each other out for real. It's like now we got to figure out what plays Hurts, like what plays he doesn't run well. Now, I mean, it's like it's still a lot to go. They still not running the football. I mean, it's like they trying to fit so many pass plays. Nick Sirianni trying to fit so many plays in there that he like instead of just running plays that actually helps the team. So it's like it's a lot that just got to get worked out, and it's not just gonna happen overnight. We got Carolina this week, and then we got a short week at Tampa Bay. I mean, we play Tampa Bay at Philly. It's like you're not going to be able to get that much productive done in that little bit of time. So it's like, bro, you just going to have to learn on the fly. This learning on the fly. This is what you call learning on the fly. This is what you call learning on the fly.
And I want to kind of throw something at you guys too. Maybe you got to look at this as in we're not running the ball per se because we already now you have to take the scenario I just told you into perspective. This is more like the hey, we have to see what we have this year so we know where to build next year type scenario. Okay. Maybe they already know hypothetically what they have in Miles Sanders from previous seasons to now, to where they're kind of in the mode where we're not going to play him as much because we don't want to hurt him for the future. Okay. And they're using Kenny Gainwell because they need to see where he's going to be at the end of the year, whether they need to do another halfback or not. Hurts is throwing the ball all these times because they're forcing this kid to make them see that he's the right guy to move forward with.
Right.
So the more that he passes, the more pressure he's put under. See how much they can bend him before they break him type deal. You know what I mean? And so far, it doesn't look like he's able to be broken. But, that's kind of how I'm looking at this too.
So he's
Like, I don't want to
basically
freak
like
out.
experimenting right now, for real.
Exactly. Yeah, for next year. Like, I'm not saying by all means that Nick or any of these guys have wrote this season off or they were writing it off before it even started. But I think they knew realistically they had a challenge this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, this team at the beginning of the year, before we signed anyone, was not realistically going to win many games.
Facts.
I mean, you have to be realistic about that. Before Harrison, Wilson, all that, they just kind of hyped us up because we saw what they did for other teams, and we felt that when they come here, that they could bring that here. So far, I don't know if you want to say that that's a thing or not. I don't think Wilson's brought what he did last year here. Singleton definitely so far hasn't done everything that he's been doing last year. It just seems like everything's off.
Yeah.
So yes, you could write it off as kind of an experimental year to see where everyone is for the future. But that's what I mean. I know I said 12-4, 10-6 before, but that was just me having fun, man. I really figured out what this team was after the Dallas game, kind of like you thought. You know, that's when you as a fan and you as a sports person and why we do this. That's when you could really see the disconnect
Facts.
in that game. So, like I said, last week was definitely an upside offensively, but you have to have consistency. And if you can prove that offensively, the consistency's there, I'm going to feel a lot better moving forward. But I believe the defense has way further to go than the offense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild, bro. And I agree with everything you said, man. I was feeling the same way you was feeling. Like, maybe we did this an experimental year. Maybe after this year, we're going to start unloading some of these older guys. We're going to try to make this team younger. We got 3 first-round picks. And this is another thing I wanted to ask you, bro. Do you trust Howie Roseman with 3 first-round picks?
No,
Like, to be honest, in your heart, do you trust
no.
Howie Roseman with 3 first-round picks? I don't either. It's like we don't. The 3 first-round picks right now, as it's looking right now, all 3 will be high, like in the top 10, top 15 is range. I do not trust Howie Roseman with those picks, bro.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if he packaged some of those picks and try to go get somebody. For real, for real. He's a snake. He's snaky. We all know this. He's snaky. Philadelphia Eagles fans looking forward. Well, man, it's still the season, but there's still like people looking ahead to the future for these 3 first-round draft picks. I'm like, first of all, we got to go into the draft with 3 first-round draft picks. We
Yeah.
got to go into the draft with it. It's like Howie Roseman. Like nobody expected the trade last year with who was it? Miami and San Fran. Nobody
Oh, yeah.
expected that trade. We had a relatively high first-round pick already. We traded back. So we traded back to get these first-round picks. I feel like this is all a part of a master plan. It's like it's all a part of a plan that Howie Roseman probably been putting together for the last 2 years. Who knows what it is? Maybe once the Deshaun Watson thing clear, they try to go get him. I don't trust Howie Roseman with 3 first-round draft picks. I don't. If he had 3
No.
fifth-rounders, I'll trust him, but not 3 first-rounders.
Listen, let me give you a scenario. I probably will eventually, it will catch up to me. Eventually, somebody somewhere out there will see it, and I'll get eaten alive for it. But, here's the thing. Say we come out of this at the end of the first 6 weeks, 3-3. Okay, you could possibly use some of that capital a little bit. Especially, it all depends on what what the Cowboys do. Obviously, it all depends on what the Giants do and Washington does. But say we're in second place at 3-3, and say Dallas loses this weekend, and we win the next 2 games somehow. So anyway, we're 3-3, and they're just 4-2. Okay, they're just 1 ahead of us. Do you take some of that capital and invest in a linebacker, an actual good linebacker who's young and can solidify us to give us that push to move forward, especially if you're starting to see some consistency? Do you do that? Or you come out of this at 1-6. Now that's a shitty scenario. I
Yeah,
understand that.
that changed that shit the
Very
whole
shitty.
game up.
Now, in my scenario, you come out at 1-6. By week 7, Fletcher Cox is on the trade block. Every veteran pretty much is on the trade block at this point.
It's clean
You
house.
you are tanking, okay, for the most point, because at 1-6, I get it. Our back half is our weakest point, but even still, at that point, to me, it's the future, and if you continue to lose, I would not be surprised if we end this season with only 3 or 4 wins again, that you don't see Howie here and you don't see Nick here, you don't see Gannon here. The only one left standing is Jalen Hurts. And I'm going to tell you this, the only reason why I say that is because Hurts won't be affected by this as long as he plays his game. If he shows consistency, he shows that, say he comes out and he throws for 3,800 yards and he has 32 touchdowns and only, 6 interceptions. Well, that's pretty fucking good. So obviously he's not the issue. That's why he stays. But don't think for 1 second that Jeffrey Lurie won't bring somebody in who can help him. You know what I'm saying? So there's 2 ways this works. And the only reason why I say that is because I feel if Howie Roseman was going to be extended, he would have been extended already.
Yeah.
Because this is his end of his year right here. This is his very final year of his contract. Jeffrey knew that, and how often do we extend players before their last year? I don't know I don't know the time frame of before, how long it was before we extended Howie, but in my eyes, though, I mean, if you're going to keep him around for the next 4 years, wouldn't you have extended him this past offseason well before this year started? You know what I mean? If he was truly safe. So I look at that, and then if Nick and JG just prove that they can't coach worth shit, well, how much worse can it get? You already went 3 wins last year. If you go 3 wins this year, you might as well just completely blow it up and start over again. Maybe you'll get Bieniemy this time, or maybe you'll get the coach from Buffalo this time, or bring in Josh, or bring in somebody else, somebody you were looking at before. Lesson learned. Hey, that sucks, but it's 1 year. It's not going to hurt that much. You can always just tear it down and rebuild it again. So that's the only 2 scenarios I look at. Either we're going to fix this and we'll come out okay, or this shit's going to be blown up at the end of the year and we'll be looking at a whole new scenario again next year.
Bro, if Howie Roseman was to lose his job, this will be the number 1 attraction for a GM. You get to start over. You get to start over with 3 first-round draft picks. It's like, bro, you get to basically build your own team. That's basically what coming in. You're going to flush all those. You're going to flush the Lane Johnsons out. You're going to flush the Fletcher Coxes out. You're going to flush all those guys out. Derek Barnett's. You're going to flush all them out. You probably keep Brandon Graham just based off the fact he got hurt this year and you want to see if he still got something left in the tank. But other than that, everybody else will be gone. Darius Slay, Steven Nelson. You basically get to blow it up and start your own team. Yeah. You got a Lewis Reddick out there. You got there's a few guys out there that will be willing to take that job if it opened up with 3 first-round draft picks. You're basically building your own team. I'll be a GM if they'll give me 3 first-round draft picks. I'm going out there. I'm getting the best goddamn college players that's out there. So it's like, I mean, Howie Roseman, he looking over his shoulder right now. To be honest, he looking over his shoulder. Yeah. He's like, we got to get this right. We got to get this right this year because he's losing because Jeffrey Lurie is losing so much faith in Howie Roseman. So it's like, I mean, he's going to have to step it up. That's why I feel like Howie Roseman will do some stuff to get Sirianni and them guys out here before that. Knowing him, knowing the snaky Howie Roseman is, he'll try his best to do something to get those guys out of there and try to blame it on them. Like,
I don't think it matters anymore. I don't think it really truly does. Because here's the thing, man. You're like you said, if you're sitting on 3 first-round picks, literally this job is given to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone will want it because how often do you get 3 first-round picks? Okay,
Bird
and
gang
then
was
not
good,
just
my
that,
guy.
but if Jalen Hurts shows that he can be the quarterback moving forward, and he actually has some pretty damn good stats, well, there's another reason to come. Because you get to work with him. You know, uh, but the whole thing is, I understand everyone's like, oh, he survived 4 head coaches, and he's been here for all this time, but eventually, listen, Jeffrey Lurie, this is all about money.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, everything in the NFL is about money.
About paper.
Okay,
That's all it's about.
and to make money, you got to win. I don't care how close Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman are. If he's not fucking winning and his fans are unhappy and it's messing with his wallet, he'll be gone.
Yeah.
Don't think for 1 second he won't.
Yeah.
And right now that's kind of what Howie is teetering on. He's messing with Jeffrey's wallet, so to speak. Yeah, we voice our frustrations. He knows it. But you have to realize something. My candidate for our new GM would definitely be Andy Waddell. What Weedle? Is that how you say it? Our head
Waddell.
coaching scout? Yeah, Waddell.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, very brilliant man. Very brilliant. I love his look on football. He seems like he has a good eye for talent, everything. He's very smart and he listens, and I like that. I would not mind Andy being our new GM. But like I said, you don't think for 1 second, though, that Jeffrey Lurie sat there and he's like, man, I got 3 first. Listen, I understand the dude's old, but he's smart. And he's guaranteed he's sitting there. Well, I got 3 first-round picks next year, possibly 2 seconds next year.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody would take this job. And listen,
Anybody.
everybody needs to realize Howie Roseman is not the only GM on the face of this earth. He's not the only guy that will be good with money, and he's not the only guy that will. How can I say? He's not the only guy who's good with money, but he's not also the only guy who's bad at drafting. There's plenty of GMs out there who can't draft, and there's plenty of GMs out there who's bad with money. We just got one who's good with money and shitty at drafting. So we need to find that neutral ground. And like I said, that shit only lasts for so long, man. Eventually,
Right.
it gets old. It does.
That's facts though. I agree. Yeah, like how could I say this? Howie Roseman is one of those dudes that just he's stuck in his ways. It's like he's stuck in his ways, and then when he feel like he's on the hot seat, that's when he tries to do some good stuff. But as soon as he feel like his job secure again, he turns right back into the Howie Roseman we know. So I don't feel like you said, I don't feel like Jeffrey letting it slide this time. I don't feel like you letting it slide this time. You done had your run. I gave you numerous amount of years to get where we supposed to get. I mean, we got to the Super Bowl one time in your reign. Man, you've been here through 4 goddamn head coaches. So it's like now it's time for us to get some new. I feel like in the next 2 years, this whole team is just gonna be different. This whole team gonna be different. We're gonna have new stars
Yeah.
on this team, new young players, up and coming players. We're not gonna have none of those dudes no more. So it's like I would be sad to see them go, but it's like I mean it is what it is right now. We can't keep pulling y'all along. It's like y'all dudes half of y'all not really don't even be on the field half of the time. So it's like y'all give us like a good 4 or 5 games before y'all get injured. So it's like, I mean, it ain't no need for y'all to be here no more. Well, we can't rebuild the offense, keep the offense young, then the defense be old. Like we can't bring in all these skill positions and stuff like that, and we run it behind the old offensive line. Like everything is going to have to coincide with each other. So it's like that's the life of the NFL though. We've been through that before already. We didn't seen Brian Dawkins walk out the door. We didn't seen Trotter, Jason Peters. We didn't seen all them dudes walk out the door eventually. It's bound to happen. Fletcher Cox,
Yeah.
Lane Johnson, Kelsey, all those guys is getting up there in years. So it's like, man, we got to break for the rebuild. And this rebuild started this offseason, and I'm giving it a 2 to 3 year period. A 2 to 3 year period. We gonna be straight.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at it. This, like Jalen said, Rome wasn't built overnight. It is going to take some time. And how I would approach this, honestly, man, is this off season I would use free agency, that 50 mil that we have, and I would use that on our offense.
Yeah.
That is how I would go about using our money in free agency. And then in draft, I would go only defense. Maybe
All
throw
defense
one
in the
offense.
draft. All
Maybe
defense.
throw one offensive lineman in there if you want to, whatever. But the rest of them, I would go all defense and then use those guys and develop the shit out of them.
I agree.
But I would not mess around anymore. I wouldn't, I like where our offense is. Like I said, I do like it. I like Quez, I like Reagor, I like Smith, I like Hurts, I like Miles, Gainwell. I even like our young offensive line. They just need to be developed a little more. That's all. But this defense, if you don't fix it soon, it's going to get really ugly very fast. And you don't want to have that kind of defense, man. By the time these vets roll out, you want to have people that you can put into those positions. And right now, you don't. So if you come to it to where our vets leave and you don't have anyone to replace them, that's bad.
Yeah. I thought that was the point of us drafting a Landon Dickerson, a Milton Williams, those kind of dudes. So they can replace the guys you're going to lose. But it's like, man, y'all letting these dudes, at this point, some of these dudes are dragging the team down. It's like, some of these dudes, you got young talent back right there that's ready to bloom, ready to blossom. You got to get a Milton Williams on the field more. We drafted him high. You got to get him on the field more. Even if you got to sit Fletcher Cox down. I mean, Milton Williams, if in the 3-4, Milton Williams can play that 3 technique. He can play that 3-4 defensive end. Hargraves is going to lock that nose down. He can play that 3-4. Fletcher said he don't like being that far from the football. At the end of the day, you got to run the scheme that's presented to you, bro. It's like everybody else in the NFL. Aaron Donald, when he first came into the NFL, he was running a 4-3 defense. He wasn't doing amazing in that defense. They switched to a 3-4. He started dominating. It's like, Fletch, you're going to have to find your spot in this defense. He's not just going to change his whole defense up just to accommodate you. It's like, you're going to have to, maybe you want to sit up there on the nose. I mean, that's Hargrave's spot, though. Hargrave played that in Pittsburgh. He played that in Pittsburgh. He dominated at that nose tackle spot in Pittsburgh. So you're going to have to play that defensive end, 3-4 defensive end. You could cry all you want, bro. Cry all you want, but at the end of the day, you gotta man up. You gotta play it. You going and crying to the media does nothing for this team. Yeah. He's not going to just up and change his scheme out of nowhere. Like, that's what I'm saying. Some people be too entitled. Some people on this team, right here, this team, Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie, best friends with Jason Peters. He can walk into their office anytime and complain. Fletcher Cox can walk into their office anytime and complain. You can't run a business like that. You can't have your employees backbiting your supervisors to the bosses. You can't do stuff like that. We got to be a unit. I mean, you're gonna have to find your place in this defense. That's all I can tell you. And for Nick Sirianni, I feel like I still love the energy. I mean, he's still out there looking like he want to win and stuff like that. He gotta get out of his own head. Once he get out of his own head and he start listening to folks and he just like, all right, man, let's just get balanced. Let's just get balanced a little bit. Because that's all you got to do is get balanced a little bit. You run the football like the one, 2, 3 times, and when we go into the red zone in that Kansas City game, we score touchdowns instead of field goals. It's like you got some stuff like that. I know the game creep up on you fast, but some stuff like that, you got to have that dude. And I think that's what Steichen is there for. You gotta have that dude that tell you, slow you down a little bit. Oh, coach, let's just run the football this time. And you actually listen to him. Because I'm pretty sure the dudes under him are telling him, coach, we got to get a little bit more balance. Nick Sirianni running around like a madman trying to run his offense and stuff like that. That's what you had the coordinator, quarterback coach, running back coach. That's what you had these guys for. Y'all meet up every week and y'all put your game plan together. You can't be like Doug. You can't be like that.
Here's the thing, though. I don't mind if they pass the ball all the time, as long as we're winning. And as long as you're not getting intercepted. You know, if Jalen Hurts can throw 400 yards a game and 2-3 touchdowns a game with 0 interceptions and not get intercepted and play like he did last week, I'm all right with that.
Right.
But win the fucking game.
Yeah.
Because when you lose the game, I'm going to start questioning the things you didn't fucking do. If you win the game, you don't hear nothing from me. Right. You know, I'll be like, shit, we won. Jalen threw for 400-some plus yards. You know, well, all-purpose yards. He had 400 all-purpose yards.
Yeah.
All right, what a hell of a game that was.
You know, we won
the game. Yeah. But when you have 400 all-purpose yards and you lose a fucking game, well, I don't give a shit what my quarterback did. We lost the fucking game. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it does not matter. In the end, the only thing that matters to me is the W, and that's something you're not getting right now. I don't care how good my players play. Yeah. You could have the best overall offense in the NFL. If you're fucking 1-3, I'm wondering what the hell's going on. You know what I mean?
Facts. That's facts, though, bro. That's facts. It's like we love y'all. Like, we love it when y'all winning and y'all doing this, but at the end of the day, if y'all putting this bullcrap product out there on the field and losing, it's like we're going to criticize y'all. We're going to be mad. It's like that's the fandom in us. We're going to be mad. Like, bro, we see it's different from us seeing it on the TV and actually being on the field. But some of this stuff is just common sense. It's common sense. Like linebackers, y'all filling on the run gaps. That's common sense. You've been doing that since you were 7, 8 years old. Filling in run gaps, playing off your D tackles. I mean, cleaning up the mess. You've been doing that since you was in 7th grade. Nobody shouldn't have to teach you that at this point. Now you just learn. At this point, you just learning schemes and philosophies. Nobody should have to teach you how to play linebacker. You've been doing it for so many years. You got drafted to the NFL for playing linebacker. Nobody should have to teach you that. And everybody keeps screaming, coaching. No. Nobody should have to teach you how to play linebacker. You've been doing it for so many years. You know to take your read steps. If you see the run, you attack the run. You don't sit back there and just wait till the blockers come to you. You should know that already. Some stuff you like Darius Slay, you should know how to play a man once it's pressed or if it's zone. If it's pressed, if it's man, you play your man to the inside. I mean, you take away all the inside routes, you force them to the outside. If it's zone, you're going to stay on his outside shoulder. You're going to make him go into the inside where your coverage at. Bro, that's common sense. You learn that in Pop Warner. Pop Warner. If you're an offensive lineman, you know how to pull. You've been pulling since you was a child. You know how to do this kind of stuff. Coaching is only schemes and philosophies, like I said. How he wants you to play it. How he wants you to play the coverage in this. That's coaching. That's coaching and getting your guys motivated to play. That's coaching. All the other stuff, that's on the player, bro. I hate when people keep blaming coaches for, like, everything. It's like, at the end of the day, you got to be a football player, bro. You got to be a football. Like, you could, like, if me and Unsister was to go out right now and we put equipment on and play for a team, I can go out there and play cornerback. Won't be as fast as I used to and stuff like that, but I still know the ins and outs of playing cornerback. I mean, if I'm on an island, I'm going to give you a little bit of space because I know if you run past me, I don't got nobody back there to help me. Or I'm going to jam you, but I'm going to try to bail out a little bit faster. You know the ins and outs of football if you played football your whole life. Now it's just learning the coaching schemes and just getting motivated. Bro, it's simple. That's what pissed me off so much. I know dudes a little bit faster, a little bit stronger, a little more physical, but at the end of the day, football is football.
Yeah. No, I know, man, and you know that's why I get so mad at fucking Derek Barnett every goddamn week. You know, all these stupid personal fouls you have, man. Like, dude, you've been playing your whole life. You know that you can't hit the fucking quarterback, and yet you do.
Still
it's
do it.
like, it's like, dude, just start using your head or something. Like, I don't understand what is going through his mind. I get it, it's bang bang, but holy crap. Like
That was blatant though.
that one shot he had on that San Francisco guy, the dude was standing up.
He
You
was
know, he
chilling.
fell over at the end of the play. He was standing up and he just comes up from behind and cracks him for no fucking reason whatsoever. It's like uncalled for, you know, and then you come in and you get one against the Kansas City Chiefs because you go at Pat Mahomes' ankles.
One that would have got
Dude,
us off the field. It was 3rd and 12.
yeah, both of them, both won. The one in the 49er game and that one. And it's like, bro, why are you even going for the ankles? You know they're going to call that call. You know it. Hands down. You know that anywhere around his legs, they're calling that. Why are you
Mm-hmm.
going that low? You know, it's common sense football, like you say. But sometimes it just feels these guys are not playing with it. And it's frustrating, man.
It pissed
It
me off
really
so
is.
much, bro. Like it's like it pissed me off so much because like I said, we have potential on this team. Like it's still a long season. I mean, maybe if we could come in and make some noise against Carolina, that'll spark a run for us. Maybe. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
It happens more often than not. Or we could be one of those teams like Jacksonville that just keep getting pummeled on week after week after week. You never know until it happens, bro. We
Yep.
never expected us to only win 4 games last year. Never, not in a million years. You come into that season. Oh, the Eagles not that good. We're only going. Never. I don't care. I can't point nobody out that said that last year. So it's like you never know, man. I just hope, like it's just the hope in me as an Eagles fan that they can turn this around. I mean, it
Uh-huh.
starts by going up there beating up on Carolina, and then we get like a tough win against Tampa Bay, and then bang, we off to the races. We off to the
Yep.
races.
No,
You
I still
never know how
believe,
the
man.
season is gonna fall. So it's like, I
Yeah.
mean, I can't really get too angry right now. You know, we
No.
get to like week 14, shit like that, and we still look the same. Now I'm pissed. I'm going off. Blood pressure high,
Yeah.
everything. That's what I'm going off. But not, right as of right now, it's 17 games. Like it's like, man, we're gonna hit our stride eventually. I mean, it's like you said, Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith being on the same page this week. It just looked like magic. Like they're gonna make some magic in this season. So it's like
Yeah.
Dallas Goedert being a big physical tight end here. We have a lot of parts to this team that's good. It's just the
Yeah.
bad parts of the team are killing us. The bad parts of the Derek Barnetts are killing us. The Eric Wilsons, the Jannard Averys, Alex Singleton. Those guys are killing the team. We can't get off
Yeah.
the field on 3rd down to save our life. It don't matter what it is. It could be 3rd down and 15, anything. We can't get off the field. Either it's a stupid penalty or they just convert on us. It's like, it's like little stuff like that. Like we just change. Like I said, I'm if I'm Gannon, I'm running with my young guns. I'm putting Sean Bradley as in there. He's playing 90% of the snaps. TJ Edwards, I'm putting in. He playing 90% of the snaps. Davion Teller, I'm going with them 3 right there until Eric Wilson and all those guys can show me they're going to play football. They're going to actually, because Sean Bradley coming up and stopping that run. TJ Edwards coming up and stopping that run. That's a no-go. They probably get killed a little bit in the play action because they so aggressive, but I'll take that than a team just running the football down our throat.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. To that point, only for the linebacker position, because I mean, at this point, what's it gonna hurt? Whether you start the young guys or the old ones, because they're all playing fucking bad. So, we might as well let the new guys in. At least they're gonna play with a lot more motivation and heart. You know,
Mm-hmm.
no lie. I know a 22-year-old is gonna play a lot harder and be a lot more motivated than someone who's like 28 or 29, because hey, you know, they're in the game. They're new, they're fresh, you know.
It's good, Vic.
So it was good, man. But no, I'm with you, man. I still have high hopes for this team, but yeah, I'm just level keel right now. You know.
Yeah.
there's still a lot of optimism, but I still have a lot of hope too. So it is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Vic. We let
Yeah.
Green Bay snatch him up. It's like, damn, we could have used that dude on this team right now. At least you know he's gonna play the run. He probably suck in coverage, but he'll play the run. And he's fast.
Well,
He's
see,
sideline to
and that's
sideline with it.
something, and that's something you got to look at too. You know, not just Smith, but also who was the other one that just
Stephon
got signed
Gilmore.
to? Yeah. You know, you got to look at both of those. Like, we didn't go for either one of them, and that was two positions we probably could have used right now. You know, especially on defense, just for a little help. Why didn't we? That's the question you need to start asking. Why didn't we? There's a reason why we didn't, but why? Because I haven't heard a reason why.
I
I
hear a
would
reason
love to
either.
know. I would love to know. But you know, when you look at this defense and you know those are the two areas that need help, and then two guys become available who obviously aren't the best in the NFL, but are better than what you have and could help you all around, and you don't take an opportunity at it, like
It was
now you
crazy.
got to start asking why.
Yeah. And he landed in a good spot. He ended up in Green Bay. That was
Oh yeah,
they needed him. They needed him. So it's like, man, at this point, bro, like I said, I don't get too high, I don't get too low. It's just
yep,
like I watch the game and I analyze it at this point. Like, what
yep,
I seen, what I see, what I see, what I see, what I see. Like when I first watch it, because I record every game. Just in case I want to go back and watch it, I want to do my little analytic thing and just, pick apart some stuff. But when I'm watching it, I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I'm like, damn, I'm snapping. Let me get it. I need a drink, something like that.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan when I'm watching it live. But once I go back, I'm in the lab. Got my pen and my pad. I'm just looking at stuff. I'm like, damn, I've never seen no linebackers play this bad. Like
yeah,
it's like, bro, I never seen a linebacker. You're already lined up, 6 yards away. You back up to 8, and then you just sit there. They just sit there. They see the running back coming to them. They see the blocker coming to them. They just sit there and do this. Now running back
yep,
just picking his poison. He picking his poison. He block him this way, I'm cutting right off his hip. He block him that way, I'm cutting straight up the middle. It's like, come on. Our D-line, our defensive tackles, from what I've seen, they hold it down for the most part. But they're going to be openings if your linebackers are not filling. If your linebacker is not filling in those gaps, it's going to be openings. So it's like,
yep,
we can't play that kind of football, bro. It's like I was just so disgusted. I was so disgusted, bro. It's like Kansas City lined up and ran the football down our throat.
yep.
They're not even a good running team. They can't
Edwards
do that to no
Hilaire
other
isn't even
teams but
that
the
good.
Philadelphia Eagles. So it's like
Yeah,
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I got him on my fantasy. He was averaging like 35 yards a game. He went
yeah,
for a
he's not
buck
that
02
good.
on us. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, no,
But
I hear
yeah,
you, man.
man. Give me a hold on, let me read Vic. If we continue this path, we have a losing season. I say clean house from top to bottom. We just talking about that, Vic. Me and AK were
Yeah,
just talking about that, man. But like we said, we don't trust Howie Roseman with 3 first-round draft picks. If Howie Roseman is here, we're gonna probably be singing the same tune next year. I mean, if this season goes awry, we gotta cut bait with Howie too. Clean house, everybody. Bring in all new faces, all new minds. And I know a guy that's sitting out there. I would love Louis Riddick to be our GM, bro. He's so plugged in with the college world. It's like he's a very intelligent dude. He's plugged in with the college world. Bring a dude like Bucky Brooks or somebody over there to be one of his little somebody sitting under him. These dudes are plugged in with the college game. They're plugged Todd McShay. They're plugged in with the college game. Bring some of these
yeah.
dudes and some of these minds in. And I think we even got Jim Bob on here. Jim Bob on our team right now, right?
Who?
Jim Bob Cooter.
I don't think so.
I don't think
Is he?
so. Well, if we
I
could
don't
bring
know.
in a Jim Bob Cooter, One of those guys.
I'll take any guy with the last name Cooter.
Jim Bob. Yeah. Hey, Jinx, what's good? Hey, Jinx. Man, I feel like Jinx asked a question earlier. He said, let me go back to it. I meant to touch on it. Yeah. He said, do y'all think Jalen Hurts will be the next 5 years? How you feel about that?
It's possible.
AK? It's possible. I think it's
Yeah,
possible too. I mean, it all depends
it
on.
really depends on this coaching staff. You know, if they come out here, this coaching staff could fuck Jalen, or they could really help him. You know, if they screw him over, then unfortunately he probably won't be here. But if they keep him clean and he does a good job, even if this team does bad as a whole, like I said, if he comes out and throws 3,800 yards, 32 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, you know, then I'm pretty sure Jalen stays.
Vic, you don't think Mayock working over there? I feel like Mayock been doing a good job over there for Las Vegas. He brought in Henry Ruggs balling out this year. What's his name from Alabama? The running back from Alabama. Damn. What's his name?
Which team?
AK. I'm running a blank right now.
On which team?
Las Vegas. The Raiders.
You have Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs. I feel like he's doing a good job. Mike Mayock doing a good job over there, man. He bringing in some young talent, some good young talent. Yeah, he's doing better than Howie Roseman over here. So it's like,
Hunter Renfro was actually not a bad pick, dude.
Hunter Renfro reminds me so much of Wes Welker, bro. It's like he always open. Yeah. He always open. Derek Carr don't be hitting him sometimes, but he always open up. Henry Ruggs, yeah. he made a big step from year 1 to year 2. He actually making plays in the NFL right now. So I feel like he's doing a solid job.
Defensive end? What's their defensive end's name?
The one they drafted last year?
The white boy.
I can't remember his name right now.
Ryan.
What's his name? Brian Winters? Brian.
No, I hate saying the one that came out. The one that came out over the off season.
Oh,
what's his face? He's a beast, dude.
Nesbitt. What the hell is his name?
Nesbitt. Yeah, something like that. Nesbitt, yeah, dude. That guy, he's a beast, dude.
Yeah.
He's a beast. I like that kid.
I mess with Ryan Nassib, man. He's a good football player.
Yeah.
Max Crosby. They got some. I mean, they corners. What's the name? The corner from Ohio State. He ain't really. Garyon Conley. He was a bust. Yeah. But I mean, other than that, I feel like Mayock doing a solid job, bro. And then you got to factor in the pandemic and all that. They couldn't really go out and see these players like they wanted to. They just was watching them on film. That's all you could do was watch them on film. You couldn't have no interviews. You couldn't really go out and like physically talk to the players. So it's like they had to make do with what they had. So, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's fly Eagles fly for me. every week, all week, every day, all day. It's fly Eagles fly for me. Everybody's so much in the uproar. It's like sometimes you gotta let stuff develop. You gotta let stuff develop, man. It's like we're only 4 weeks. This is our 5th week into the NFL season. I done seen teams turning around from worse records than this. So it's like, come on, like, and it's not like we just getting cooked. It's like we making so many mental mistakes. I mean, we clean up half of those penalties. We win half of those games. We 3-1 right now, basically. And we clean up those wolves in the red zone. We're 3-1. Yep. We're 3-1 right now. Only game we really got blew out was the Dallas game. That's the only game I felt like horrible about. Like these 2 games that just passed, I wasn't really mad. It's like I wasn't mad about the Carolina game. and I wasn't mad about the San Fran game. I was a little like, I was upset about it, but I wasn't mad. Dallas game was the only game that actually made me mad. Like want to take my TV off the wall and just throw it through the house. That was the only game. Other than that, it's
Right.
just it's little stuff like little mental mistakes, man, that we can clean up, that we inflict
Yeah.
on ourselves. I mean,
No, I get it, man, and that's why I said I'm all for hope on this team. I do have high expectations for them. You know, whether they hit it this year or next, but you know, just I'll be happy as long as these guys come out and fight, win or lose. As long as I see fight, man, and as long as I see them trying to improve and they are improving, I'm okay, man. Because you know what? We've won a lot of games over the last decade. A lot. We've had a
yeah,
lot of winning seasons. I understand we can't always be on the top. You know what? We weren't on the top last year. If we are or not this year, that's fine. We will get back. Don't worry. We will get there. We don't stay at the bottom for long. So, you know, don't fret about it, honestly. It does suck, but look at it this way. Once you've hit the bottom, there's only one way up.
yeah, we gotta
So,
fight out that mother effer.
yeah.
But yeah, man. Once again, I want to give a shout out to the BIRDGANG NATION Sports Media. We coming to
Yes,
you
sir.
live, late night from the cave, with host ONTREROC and AK Eagle, man. If y'all love this content, like, comment, and subscribe to both our pages. Like, comment, and subscribe to the BIRDGANG Sports Media. Yo, we're building a team over here. We're building a team over here. If you love Eagle sports content, this is the channel to come to. I mean, so
Yeah.
at the end of the day, man, we Philly fans. It's like we're gonna be angry, we're gonna be upset, we're gonna be in an uproar, but at the end of the day, we're gonna love our team. I'm gonna let my guy, AK Eagle, take us out of here. Tell them where they can find you at and whatever you got to get off your chest for this last little session. And I'm gonna let you get us up out of here.
Yeah, you know, you said it too. Once again, thanks to Bird Gang Nation Sports Media for, you know, putting this together and having us on and letting us be able to do this late night at the cave episode on here every Friday night. You know, I love talking with my boy One Trey Rock. You know, much love and respect to this man right here. He knows his football. We do see a lot eye to eye. And, you know, I just love talking to him in general. He's a cool dude. And definitely go sub him up if you haven't already. You know, but yeah, man, this team, they're young and we're going through growing pains right now. You know, good things will come. I'm not all down yet, you know, and definitely if you do like this content, you know, hit that like button and subscribe to Bird Gang Nation Sports Media. Subscribe to him, subscribe to me, because honestly, without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this anyway. Because it'd be a waste of my time if I'm just sitting here talking to no one. I could be in talking to my family. So, you know. Right?
Facts
Yeah.
though.
Well, it's true. You know, it is totally true.
It is though.
I don't want to talk to just no one. So, you know, you guys make this worth it. You know, my time away from my family is worth it as long as you guys like the content. So, you know, we do appreciate each and every one of you for coming out and joining us tonight. I know it's late. It's Friday night. We got things to do, family to see. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you. And this was another great episode of Late Night at the Cave, man. And I can't wait to see you and talk again with you next Friday. And hopefully it's about a W.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bro, we got to get back in that W column, bro. Damn.
Yes.
And it's got to be the week because it don't get no easier from here. We gotta take Carolina down because we got Las Vegas, Carolina. I mean, we got Las Vegas and Tampa Bay next up. So it's like, oh, frustrating, man. Frustrating. But yeah, we gonna go ahead and get up out of here. It's your boy ONTREROC and AK Eagle. And I thank y'all for watching live from the late night from the cave. Till next time. Peace.
Later.
to another episode of Bird Gang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Bird